Hi everyone, and welcome to my Resources of the Week series. My name is Sahra and I'm from Mindscape Psychology in Leichhardt in Sydney. So last week I put up a little vlog about shoulds, and in particular what we can do if we are experiencing shoulds that are no longer healthy and helpful for us. And part of that little video was giving everybody 2 questions that we can ask ourselves if we realize that we are experiencing a should that is maybe causing us a little bit of distress or a little bit of discomfort, or perhaps we're feeling a little bit disappointed or frustrated either in ourselves or in our circumstances because we feel like we're no longer or not able to meet that should. So this week we're going to be continuing on that theme, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about what we can do if we have experienced that kind of negative should, and the kind of actions that we can take after we've done a little bit of the cognitive work and started questioning it a little bit. So when we're thinking about the frustration and the disappointment and dealing with the frustration and the disappointment, it's sometimes because our circumstances or something in our environment is just not going very well, or perhaps something around me or someone around me, something has happened or someone has done something where I'm not happy that they've done it, I'm not happy about the outcome, I don't agree with this thing that has happened around me. And so I feel like I'm experiencing something that might be similar to a fight or flight response. I'm either feeling really helpless or really powerless to be able to do something. I might be feeling really overwhelmed by the circumstances, or I'm feeling as though that should is just unreachable for me. I'm never going to get to where I want to be, or this thing is not going to change no matter how hard I sit here and wish it will change. Or I might jump into action mode, that sort of fight aspect of the fight or flight response, where I feel like I have to fix the problem, I have to change something, I have to go and do something about it. But sometimes when we're in that mode, it might not necessarily be ours to fix. It might not be our problem to fix. Or maybe that problem just feels so big that maybe we don't know where to start. So I'm going to be taking you guys through what I call circles of control. Sometimes it's called circles of influence, and I know that there are some people out there who might do it a little bit different to how I'm going to show you, but this is how I take my clients through this exercise when we're in session together. So first of all, we can think about everything in the whole entire world that we have control over, and that might be not very much. That little wee circle there in the middle is everything that we have control over. So I'm just going to write control in the middle of that circle. And generally speaking, the only things that we have 100% control over most of the time is sitting right here. We have control over our actions and our behaviors and who we choose to interact with and how we choose to interact with those people, and that's pretty much it. So that's something that we can come back to. We can control some of our actions. The next circle out, which is a little bit bigger but not very much, is our circle of influence. So you can see that there, the next circle out is the circle of influence. And the way that I sort of think about influence is if we are sitting in our little wee circle of control and something around us is not going the way that we want it to, we want to maybe try to influence it to change. So we might make suggestions, or we might give advice, or we give an explanation, or we try to put something out there that we feel is going to influence a person or something in our environment to change. And if you can imagine, we're sitting there in the middle of our circle of control, pushing outwards. We're pushing our control outwards onto somebody or something. And influence only really works if that person or that thing takes on board what we're pushing out. So it's really hard to judge whether or not that's actually going to work. And so all we can do is try to influence, but we just don't know if it's going to be taken up by that other person or by that aspect of our environment. The bigger circle that we have way out here is, you see that, is all of the stuff that is of concern but out of my control. So of concern but out of my control. And that covers a whole bunch of stuff. So we can sit here and be concerned about, we can worry about other people, situations, things that are happening outside of us, and really it is stuff that is beyond our control. And sometimes what we might need to think about doing is coming back into our circle of control and focusing on the things that we can control in that situation. So when we're feeling really disappointed or really frustrated by a situation, we can come back to our own behaviors, our own actions, things that we can do, sometimes by ourselves, for ourselves, to improve our situation. And that can be as well needing to let go of some of that stuff in that outer circle, some of that stuff that is beyond our control, we perhaps would need to let go of in order to focus and come back to what it is that we can control. This is a fairly complicated topic, and I could probably talk about this for a whole hour if you let me, but I'm going to stop this here. And what I'd like you guys to do is, if you have any questions, then please make a comment or send me an email, or let me know if there's anything here that you'd like me to expand upon. And next time, I might be able to answer some of those questions for you. So thank you again for joining me this week for Resources of the Week, and I'll see you next week and perhaps continue this topic, but I have a lot more fun and exciting resources to share with you. So I'll see you then. Take care. Bye.